Why would that be? I thought when I saw that the first time. It was my maiden visit to the source of the Ganga, and she took me to her loving bosom, filling in for the mother I had lost few months back. It's uncanny how her sublime wonders have pulled me back there every few months since then. I saw many times in the next decade that fountainhead of a civilization and the heavenly places ahead and around. Even as her glaciers melted, cracked, and wasted in front of my own eyes. Testimony to the colossal man-made challenge we all face today. And during all these years, the mystery of that board continued to haunt. Every time we passed by that terrifying gorge of the Jad Ganga and saw the way blocked to a valley. Till one day, curiosity got the better of me. What's the story there, Chandan? I asked my local friend.
1962 में जब भारत चाइना का युद्ध हुआ था, यहाँ पे लोग रहते थे, उठा के हरसिला और डुंडा में शिफ्ट किया.
The initial research held promise. We were looking at a giant watershed to the north of the traditional source of Ganga, one that contributes the most and farthest waters into the river system. This was the valley of the Jannavi or the Jad Ganga, with two old villages, Nelong and Jadung, where an ancient tribe once flourished, the tribe of the Jads. This looked interesting. A team of like-minded explorers soon formed and evolved over time. We called it the Jannavi team. Hours were spent on research and getting the permissions before we could set forth in this exciting adventure. We had to plan extra time to meet up military commanders whose men guarded the valley. And finally the morning came when the gates opened for us. A dozen years after the first tease. Immediately after, one enters the Hawa bend.
It's a tricky street, no, it's very steep.
A road has been cut through the rocks and the mountain doesn't like it. He was talking of a structure on the far side of the river. No one knew how old it was. It was a transformational moment for me. That audacious work of puny little men upon that gigantic wall of rock. Who built this amazing structure? And when? Why would they take such pains? Several questions popped up in the mind. The trade route to Tibet through the valley was the lifeline of the Jads for centuries. The structure was a crucial link they fiercely guarded. This would have been the route used by Heinrich Harrer during his escape to Tibet, the character played by Brad Pitt in that famous movie. Soon we were on our way. We had to focus on the task at hand. In spite of an extensive road network, much needed to be explored here. Our objective that day was to document one such blank in the map, the link to the other valley of Ganga, the valley of Saraswati to Badrinath. The motor road makes the journey easier today. It takes an hour to reach Nelong.
सामने पर जो डांग है ना, वो एकदम नीला है, तो नीला डांग से नीलांग बना.
Just as Jadung means the dung or the mountain of the Jads. It was a short and successful foray into the Saraswati Valley. We had our teething problems in navigating the unmarked and lost trails. We passed by the sprawling pebbled plains of Tridhara, the picturesque Goragad Valley kissing the Tibetan frontiers, the untouched Basisi Glacier. Finally, over a high pass we christened as Basisi Col, to the roadhead near Devtal, the origin of river Saraswati, and a nice hike on army trucks to Badrinath. The visit had piqued our curiosity further. As we dusted off nearly 200 years of history, the plot thickened. 3 things were worth noting. 1. The area used to be under dispute by 3 powerful kingdoms for centuries, and the poor Jards ended up paying taxes and tributes to all 3 of them. 2. The traditions and cultures of the Jards are rooted in the Nisang Valley of the Bushehr state, a state that collected taxes for centuries from them.
वहाँ तो पूर्वज उधर गए करछम से तब मुड़ा ऐसे तब चल गया रिस्पा मुरंग तब गए निसम.
But the route that made this possible has been lost to history. And finally, nothing ever has been written about Jadung and the valley ahead, because none of the British surveyors visited there.
हमारा जादू गांव पुराना है, वहाँ से आगे जाके सीधा जनकताल जन ऋषि ने तपस्या किया.
We had more questions now. What else lies ahead in the valley of Jadung? Where lies that ancient connect to Bushehr? The next expedition we planned was ambitious. Explore the Jadung valley, climb the highest point of the valley to Mount Nakurche, and descend to the valley next to explore the old route to Bushehr. A lot depended on weather and the tricky descent down the Nakurche south col.
43%. So that's where the problem is. This has to be below 30.
The road to Jadung veers off from the old trade route to Tibet after about 10 miles from Nelong. Another 5 miles and you reach Jadung, now a military post. The village is surrounded by barren fields that had seen better days.
उस जमीनों में अनाज बोते हैं, फसल का वो घास पानी गाय घोड़ों को खिलाते.
It's a different thrill exploring a valley which has never been written about. We found our first money stones in a camping ground a couple of miles away and soon came across the ruins of Lal Devta.
वहाँ से आगे जाके एक नाला जैसा आता है, वहाँ पर घर था, खेती था, खेत बना हुआ.
Found an ibex kill near the campsite that day, eaten perhaps by a bear or a big cat. The game of the hunter and the hunted thrives in the valley even today. Few miles later, the track leaves the riverside and the valley opens up. And you enter the magical land of Janaktal. The waters so blue, it mesmerizes you.
वैसे पानी कहीं नहीं होगा, कहीं भी नहीं मिलेगा.
So this is what makes it all worth it. You answer that question.
No wonder it was so sacred for the Jard pilgrim.
तो उसके अंदर तक 2 कबूतर हंस तो पत्ती गिरा या लकड़ी गिरा उस ताल के अंदर, कोई भी कबाड़ गिरा तो फट उठाया.
I sat up startled when I heard that. 2 swans?
वो पूरे एरिया में हमको एक मक्खी नहीं मिली, लेकिन वो 2 बतख जरूर मिले.
How is it possible? 2 of them flying in every year from the far north and living through centuries of legends. The plan was to go up the glacier-feeding Janaktal, document the valley from the summit of Mount Nakurche, and then exit to the valley next. Our immediate concern, however, was finding water in that dying glacier. The problem resolved itself next day as we toiled up. We located some tarns that could support camp. The icy shoulders of Mount Nakurche was already looming into view. Soon we entered the permanent snow line. As we reached the valley head, it came into view.
There's the call. Let's see, we'll have to do some rope work just to get to the top.
We set up advanced base camp at 5,300 meters, the mind heavy with worry about the crossover. Better part of the next day was spent in recce of the route ahead. But no luck there. The descent looked difficult. It was disappointing, but we could not compromise safety of the porters. The only objective left now was documenting the valley from the highest point, Mount Nakurche, 6,100 meters. The climb became difficult when we were just 200 meters from the summit. The mountain wasn't in a mood to allow us audience that morning. The ruling giants were towering all around. We were done for the season. It was time to go down and go back home. Weather reports were not looking nice, and the porters voiced ominous warnings looking at strange patterns above. Things had changed in a few days. The river was in spate, bridges had vanished, and the trails flooded. And the ruins looked more desolate as it was time to say goodbye to that mute witness of history.
दोनों गांव में इतना बढ़िया मकान है, बाबा पूछो मत। मिलिट्री वालों ने इधर सारा जमीन तोड़ दिया ना, घर उजाड़ गया।
ऐसे शीशे अलमारी में लगी थी। आज उस शीशा को दिल्ली में ढूंढा, नहीं मिला। इसने मोर्चा बनाया, कुछ वहाँ खपाया, कुछ जलाया, खत्म हो गया।
It was a mixed bag of feelings. While we couldn't cross the call, we saw many hidden wonders and so much of history. Surprise awaited as we reached back home. We had barely escaped a tragic disaster. We had been let off easy. That made us determined, I think, and thankful too. Our efforts doubled next season to complete our quest, finding that lost link to the kingdom of Bushehr. We used all that technology could offer to help strengthen the plan.
These two areas are brown pixel. Here are the crevasses. This place starts getting. 7 o'clock we are having full sun.
We seem to have charted a route that matched the descriptions, one that would allow a king's tax collecting cavalry. What we lacked was the last mile details.
Guys, snow's clear till the base camp. Let's all go.
The trail descends sharply to the river confluence where we set up the first camp. It was an interesting place, 1,000,000 years written on water-worn rocks that stood tall well over the river bridge. We had a nice briefing by the local post commander.
बच्चों का पढ़ाई
बड़े वाला IIT कर रहा है कानपुर से।
Congratulations पिताजी।
He gave useful tips about river crossings and landmarks. He even came along with us quite a few miles up the valley. But the route to Bushehr? No, we couldn't help with that. We passed by the orphaned fields of Ishwar Singh's family. My mind still weighed down with apprehension about the route. Finally, a chat that evening with our neighbor confirmed our fervent hopes.
क्या नाला बोलते? बुशहरी नाला.
Those words of Tilak Raj assured us that the planned route was correct. Tilak was one of the 2 shepherds with grazing rights in the valley. So, we indeed were on the route to the old kingdom of Bushehr. We only needed support from weather and the blessings of the mountain now. The other shepherd of the valley, Govind Singh, hosted us for tea on the way. By then, we had been told about his nose, which had survived a bear attack in this very valley. The soldiers gave us company till the end of the trail. It was now time to say goodbye and enter the Snow Kingdom. From now on, maps and GPS would be our navigators. The trails would vanish. Following the shepherd's directions, we did much up and down that day and finally reached the Kalapani camp, the campground by the Black Waters, so named because of the color of the rocks under the crystal clear water. We steadily gained altitude and entered a valley that was perhaps seeing humans for the first time in 200 years. The base camp had flowing waters and an early sunrise as planned with satellite data, all thanks to Google Earth. A few more hours of grueling climb got us to a plateau. Ahead was the pass, looking like a wide boulevard, surely looking good for a cavalry. It was time to tie the prayer flag. A Jat trader we had met earlier had given that flag free of cost with a request to tie it near the pass. Felt good to keep that promise. The only worry now was a smooth climb and descent to the other side. We didn't want a failure like the previous year. Soon, the vast expanse of the Baspa Glacier came into view. The Baspa River takes birth here. 3 more long marches got us to the roadhead at Chitkul, the first village of Bushahr, in the valley of the ferocious Satluj. We had successfully retraced that ancient link of the Jat people to the valley of their roots, the valley of Nissan. How did it all happen? Why did you all leave the village? I asked. They had fled the village fearing military conflict, but they never could return even after the war was over. Much water has passed in the Jannavi since. As the expeditions got published, one sees newfound interest in young travelers. The government has announced partial relaxation of the rules in 2015, and the Jats have increased their visits home. The elders are happy with the increased access. But will their people return to that old village? Who knows? Depends on the young people, he says. It was sheer curiosity that got us into the valley. It has been 5 years and we aren't done yet, as she unfolds her layers of mystery and enigma. This valley of the Ganga's firstborn.